So, I got a lot of questions about the kingdoms. And so I wanted to have a few conversations with you about the kingdoms that exist that you have access to, that you can work with, that will bring a lot of help and good into your life. Let's talk first about the angel kingdom. Now, I want to put this out here for us, our conversation around the kingdoms that exist. These kingdoms are not in physicality, so you will not be able to perceive them with your five senses. Understand that of your five senses, you also have five corresponding spiritual senses. So for your spiritual nose, for your physical nose, the olfactory sense of smell, you have a spiritual smelling, sniffing, olfactory sort of a sense, a spiritual sense that sniffs out truth and not truth, that sniffs when things are not quite right. You know that sense, you have its intuitive sense. Just like you have physical hearing and the hearing and being able to hear, you also have clear audience or clairaudience. That's clear hearing. That means in your spiritual ear, you can hear things. You might not have developed these spiritual senses, you have them. Just like you have the sense of clear of taste. You can taste in your physical world what things taste like. The same thing in the spirit realm. In the spirit realm, there is a discernment. Even the word of God says, taste and see that God is good. Taste. There's a discernment. There's a trying out. That's a spiritual sense. The fourth physical sense is sight. You have these two eyes here, and the fourth corresponding sense to that is your third eye. So you close your physical eyes and you have your third eye. That's clairvoyance, clear seeing. And you have that ability, you have that sense. And the fifth one is touch. That you have the ability, the fifth sense is to be able to touch things in this physical realm. And the same thing in the spirit realm, you can sense things. It's called clairsentience. It's sensing and feeling things. And if you notice, you probably have used all five of these spiritual senses at times. So, what I'm going to talk to you about today is not about you using these five senses, the physical eyes, ears, and whatnot. I'm talking to you about using your five spiritual senses. Remember the law, as above, so below. So if you have the spiritual sense, if you have the physical sense, the corresponding law, the law of correspondence says that it corresponds to something in spirit realm. Your nose in the physical realm corresponds to something in the spirit realm. That's with everything in the manifest universe. Everything in the manifest universe corresponds to something in the unmanifest, in the divine, in the spirit realms. We simply are understanding this now, yes? So everything that I'm going to talk to you about when I'm talking to you about these kingdoms comes from my own experience of these kingdoms. This is not from what I read in books. This is not from what someone told me. I'm going to tell you what has occurred to me and my own life experience. If it resonates with you, great. If you hate it, great. If you love it, great. If it feeds your life, great. It doesn't really matter to me what it is. I'm here to express and share. Do with it what you will. Let's begin with the angel kingdom. So there are three things to understand about the angel kingdom: love, healing, and companionship. Those are the three takeaways. In each of these kingdoms, I'm going to give you three words that will really, I pray, capture the essence of the experience that you can have, that I have had with this particular kingdom. So for the angels, it's love, healing, and companionship. So what does that mean? First, love, that the angels are beings of love. Now, there are several angels all around you. First, there's one right over your head. And this one right over your head, this is the holy guardian angel. This is the angel that is with you from the time you are conceived in the womb, in the uterus, and there has been the connection or the spark. And some people have not been conceived in the uterus. That's okay. They've been conceived in a dish or wherever you were conceived. It makes no difference, because as soon as your soul enters, that angel is right with you. And that guardian angel, that holy guardian angel, is going to be with you until you pass, until you cross over out of this life. So that holy guardian angel is with you all the time. There is nothing that can happen to you that that holy guardian angel has not okayed. And anything that would present a real problem for you, that holy guardian angel will not let in. So it's like a protection over you, and it's only going to let in what it knows you can handle, what it knows will not destroy you, what it knows is for your highest and best good. Your holy guardian angel is never going to let in something that is not for your highest and best good. So if it lands in your world, know that you can handle it, and know that it was already let in, approved by your holy guardian angel. Now, to your left and to your right, it's very likely that you have other guardian angels, presences around you. And in some cultures, in some spiritual paths, it is taught that when you go to sleep at night, there are two angels that come particularly to stand watch over you while you sleep. And then when you wake up, those two hand off your care to two other angels who are walking with you while you're awake. I got a beautiful letter from someone who had read one of my books, God is in Love with You. If you don't have it, go get it. Barnes and Noble, Amazon.com, go get it. God is in love with you. And in God is in love with you, I talk about how to create a powerful relationship with your angels, and and how to imagine, to sense, feel the two enormous angels that are by your side, left and right. Two enormous angels are by your side and hang out with you. And sometimes, you're walking. One time I remember I was walking and I was, communing with the angels, and then just in that space where I am when I'm not on the planet, I'm hanging out with the angels. And I kind of noticed the breeze was blowing, right? So in physical, I'm feeling the breeze blowing. And the question popped into my head because the angels' robes weren't moving, they weren't blowing. And I had like a quick question scampered across my mind, so quick, so fast, of why aren't your robes moving? I mean, it was just like this. You ever had a thought so fast like that? And the angel just kind of answered real quietly. This is all telepathically, right? It's just happening instantaneously. And the angel answered and said, the wind's not blowing here. Isn't that brilliant? Oh, yeah, the wind's not blowing there. Duh. So, I said that story to tell you this, that you have these enormous beings next to you. In the book, I write about these enormous beings, one on your right, one on your left. When you walk with these presences on the planet, how could you be afraid of anything? There's very little stuff that'll scare you after that. Because if you have it clearly in your mind and in your art field and in your feeling nature that these two angels are with you, you're good. You're really good. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Yes, I am hypnotizing you, I pray, hypnotizing you to the truth. Let's go further. So, love is the touch word, the first touch word with the angelic presences around you. Love. Second is healing. So when your angels are around you, whenever there's a healing experience that you're going to have, or you're going to be in a place of healing, the angels flock. It's like a gathering of angels. So they're flocking all around. And there is one angel that is so beautiful. Whenever I'm having a healing experience, whenever I'm crying, or whatever the healing looks like in the moment, this angel just comes and just puts her hand gently on my back, and I just feel it, and it just feels so good and so wonderful and calming and soothing. These are the angels. It doesn't even have to be a word or any thought that they're telepathically communicating to you now. It's simply the presence of healing. And it feels so good and so calming when you're in those healing moments. So when you're in that healing moment, just know, feel it. You could probably sense it, that one of those angels, or maybe a couple of the angels, that they just kind of are laying hands gently on you. Sometimes when you're in meditation and you're lying down, sometimes I do corpse pose meditation, like lying in savasana, which is what we do after hot yoga. You lie in savasana still. Well, when I'm laying in corpse pose, many times, many, many, many times, the angels would do soul surgery on me. They'll do soul surgery on you. This is healing. So they're actually doing surgery on you. And the surgery that they're doing on you is surgery on a soul level, healing old wounds, healing old hurts, installing forgiveness circuits in your energetic system, deleting old programming that has gone viral and toxic in your being, right? This is all energetic. So healing is a profound, profound gift from the angels, and it is born of love. The third one is companionship. Like if you didn't have a boo, or you didn't have friends, or you didn't have anybody around you, hey, the angels make perfect hangout buddies. I mean, they are so much fun to hang out with. Just hang out with the angels. Just call a bunch of them and say, hey, what's up? What's going on in heaven? What's God doing? What's Jesus doing right now? What's Buddha doing? What's Krishna doing? Just be talking with them, communing with them in spirit. Now, of course, you could ask God, what you doing, God? And God would say nothing because God don't never do nothing. God is. Doing is what we're down here scampering around with. You know, that's one thing. There's a space where I meet God. And this space where I meet God is a beautiful temple. It looks like Solomon's temple. And in this temple, this space where I meet God, there's a huge TV screen, I'll call it a movie screen. And I tell you one thing that God just shows me different things on this movie screen. We'll just be there talking and laying on this like it's like a divan. What do you call it? Like a chase lounge. So a huge white, everything's white, sparkling, it's beautiful. So me and God will just be luxuriating there, doing nothing because God don't do nothing. I'm telling you the truth about that. God doesn't do nothing. God doesn't have to do anything. God is God. So we'll just be luxuriating there, doing nothing, being, simply being the isness and the allness of everything. That's all God ever does is be. So me and God are laying there, and a screen will pop up, and God will show me all these, like what will come into my awareness is a movie of people on planet Earth scampering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, running here, running there, going there, going there. And I'm looking at, I get exhausted sometimes just looking at it. Like, what are we down here doing? What is all that doing about? What are we doing? All that running around you're doing today, running hither and thither and getting this one and picking up that one and taking that one and taking this one and taking yourself there and going there and running off this and dropping it. Why are you so freaking busy? Ugh. Stop. Breathe. Be. The angels are great companions for that. Great companions for simply being. So that's kind of a little bit about the angelic kingdom. Any question that you ask the angelic kingdom, they will quickly answer. Anything that you're going to do, there's an angel for it. There are traveling angels, there are hospital angels, there are cemetery angels, there are angels for money, there are angels for success, there are angels for abundance, there are angels for childbirth, there are angels for child rearing, there are angels for grandparents, there are angels for great grandparents, for everything you could possibly unfold in your life. There is an angel or a group of angels, a team of angels for it. All you have to do is call them. Oh, I'm getting ready to get on a plane, airplane, travel angels, come with me. Oh, I'm getting ready to go under Operation Healing Angels, angels that hang at hospitals, come with me. Oh, I'm getting ready to have a new baby. Oh, angels of childbirth and perfect, beautiful babies, come with me. So there's tons of angels for all kinds of things, and you command them. You command the angels. That's what you're here for. So there are about 13 dimensions of consciousness that we are aware of, that we know about. There could be a whole lot more dimensions of consciousness. Even the quantum physicists will tell you this. There's 13 dimensions of consciousness. Now we only know about 13. There's probably a whole lot more than 13. And what one of my favorite teachers teaches, Drunvalo Melchizedek, look him up, Drunvalo Melchizedek. He teaches that we were on an octave with the angels, and the angels were our very close neighbors, and then we had a fall. So every spiritual tradition speaks about a fall that we had, that we were once very high enlightened beings. And you can tell that by the stuff that's on this planet from a long time ago, like the Egyptian cultures, the Sumerian cultures, the ancient cultures, the Peruvian cultures. They seem to have been much higher in consciousness than we are right now. So we had a fall. And when the angels saw, and we were very close neighbors with the angels on the dimension of consciousness where the angels live, and we were their very close neighbors, and then we had a fall. So because we had a fall now, we're not able to move like they are and do all the things that we used to be able to do when we were higher in consciousness. And the angels got very concerned. It's like your neighbor house burned down or something dramatically horrible happens to your neighbor, you get concerned. That's the same thing that happened with the angels. They got very concerned that we had this fall, and they committed themselves to making sure that they could support us until we get ourselves back up to where we're supposed to be, hence the evolution in consciousness. And when he was teaching that, it made such perfect sense to me. Like, well, of course. It was an of course. So we, in our ascension, they are doing everything they can to support us in rising and raising consciousness and coming into an ascended consciousness. That's what the angels are for. So love, healing, companionship, and I tell you, if you use this and you really work with the angelic kingdom very consciously, become consciously aware of the hordes of angels that are around you all the time, just hanging out with you, just because they love, once again, your companionship, all the angels that are always emanating and vibrating healing energy to you, all the angels who are doing healing work and surgery on you if you allow and if you ask, and of course your usual team, your holy guardian angel over your head, your angels by your left and right side, your sleeping angels for when you're asleep, and the ones who exchange off when you wake up in the morning. Wow, what love. What love. So you're loved, you're taken care of. You've got nothing to worry about. I love you. This is Valerie Love. Be blessed. Visit me online, valerielove.com.